Hello, I'm Raquel, and I decided to highlight Pearl S. Buck and the controversy of fundamentalism versus modernism, in part because I relate to her and having grown up in another country and being a third cultural person as a missionary kid. And it's interesting to note that even missions did not escape the grasp of the modernist movement. Pearl S. Buck was an influencer of her time. She actually was born in America, but then moved with her parents to China, where she lived for about 40 years. And she came back to the United States, though, to go to college, to Randolph-Macon's Women's College in Lynchburg, Virginia, where she graduated in 1914. There, she was invited to teach psychology, but decided to go home to care for her mother, who was ill. When she was back in China, she married John Lossing Buck, who was a agriculturist uh, missionary against the advice of her parents, who did not really approve of him. They worked in Nanking, China, till 1927, but due to the communist revolutionary soldiers, they had to flee. She had a daughter, and her daughter was born mentally handicapped. And so, to care for her daughter in a residential program as she got older, she needed to start making an income. And so, she started to write. And she wrote a few different books, but one of the ones that got instant acclaim was The Good Earth. She used her experience from being a kid growing up in China to really be able to communicate the um, Asian culture to Americans because she had American heritage, but also really integrated that Chinese culture in her as well. And so President Nixon actually said of her after she passed away that she was a human bridge between the civilizations of the East and West. And so she was actually very influential in helping the United States and America understand Chinese culture. But she also was a part of a big controversy within the Presbyterian Church because her mission that had sent her was Presbyterian, and she no longer agreed with missions. Her faith had changed or transitioned to that of one being very modernist and even anti-missions, and its belief that missions was the form of the United States or America imperializing the world. And so with that, they had a vote, and Dr. Machen, of course, was part of that. He, as a fundamentalist, he said that her position was in conflict with Christian teachings. And so she did resign, but from all that, they started a new Bible believing missions board where they then stipulated that their candidates had to believe in the literal uh, Bible. Okay, and then from there, there's another article I found that was interesting because it was a church in Coatesville, PA, and it just shows the ripple effect of her influence. But in Coatesville, PA, they voted to stop or quit missions. And so her effect of her beliefs really did impact the mission movement and also was a large part of the modernist and fundamentalist controversy.